Red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather, red leather, yellow leather, red. What's red in German?
Don't know. I'm only on basics 1, like Duolingo.
Well, mein lieber Benny, you were just telling me you were brushing up on your German.
Ja. Mein Deutsch.
Yo.
Nine is 9 good.
Honey. My goot has really been going through it this week because all I've been doing is eating junk food.
Oh, I feel you.
I was just really in a place, just a tourist place, and I went to the grocery store and bought an entire Junior's cheesecake just for myself.
I really live that life.
And a Junior's cheesecake is just like, that's really my dessert of choice. Like, I don't really like cakes or pies much, but a cheesecake is really hitting it for me.
I mean, you truly are the 5th Golden Girl. I feel like Junior's doesn't have enough crust for me.
I mean, I do miss kind of a crunchy element in it, but it just makes up for it with like the creaminess of, the actual cheesecake. Like, I wouldn't mind like a graham cracker something, but whatever.
Yeah. I would prefer a cheesecake that was like 50-50 crust to cheese.
Yeah, that sounds good, actually.
I mean, I feel like we don't talk enough as a society about graham cracker crusts. Like, it's really one of the most delicious things ever invented.
It really is. I as I just said, I don't like pie, but my other favorite thing is I like I do like a cherry pie because I like the
yeah. Especially like a cherry crumble.
Yes, like a cherry crumble with like that kind of like graham
sour cherries.
Yeah, like sour cherry with like that kind of crusty element, like a crumble really hits it for me.
Yeah, because I don't like pie crust. Like, don't give me like whatever that's called. I want like every bite to be like butter and brown sugar.
Butter.
I don't want like flaky. I'm not looking for like a savory croissant taste in my pie.
Yeah, if you like flaky, you are flaky. Get out of my office.
Yeah, fuck you.
Well, everyone, as the listeners roll in, maybe people are literally just like signing in and immediately exiting. They're talking about pies again. Well, as we wait for everyone to roll in, I will roll our credits live from.
Are you rolling?
We're rolling live. Are you rolling? Live from New York. It's Tuesday morning.
Autumn, winter, next year.
Time heals everything. It's a song. Time heals everything.
I feel like we've been watching that intro now for, weeks and weeks, like almost over a year now, and I still discover new nuances each time. Like new nuances of Patty's, like just a weird comment. Yes, Larry, you are right.
Larry.
Please, everyone, I'm putting out a call to arms. Tell me where to get the cherry pie.
I'll tell you.
Tell me where to get. I posted a photo of it on my Twitter. I'm in search of a good, yummy, like donut, but I don't want any of this like dough or like donut plant. I don't want any of that like fancy mishigas. I only want like a good old fashioned like raised, glazed, or chocolate covered or chocolate sprinkled, but I want it like fluffy and yeasty. The closest I found is Peter Pan. But even they kind of gourmet it up a little too much for me.
I think this is where you're going to be kind of screwed in New York, because you really need, like, if you go to like Connecticut to like little small towns or something, but like it's not, all we really have here is like, kind of like fast food kind of like chain kind of, or like shithole, like, New York City, or like hipster.
Yeah, I don't need that. I don't need the hipster donuts in my life.
But pies I got for you. I got you 2 great ones. Pies and Thighs and Petey's. But it's spelled weird. It's Petee. And I've ordered from it on Caviar. I always thought it was in Brooklyn, but I walked by it on Delancey. So unless they have 2 stores, but it's like all these delicious pies, always fabulous sour cherry crumbles.
Mm.
You know, they're like $14 for a slice. That's like you could eat 10 of them, but but they're fabulous. And they're like have like 2 savory dishes, which are like chicken pot pies, which are also like $1,000 for like a tiny one, and they're like incredible. Like every bite, you're like,
I love a meat pie. Cut to me live streaming from there in like 3 hours.
You suddenly go dark, and it's like 20 minutes later, you're like at PD's.
I become a brand ambassador. I changed my name to PD. Well, that's exciting. This is an exciting day because I feel like we have broken a new record for the lowest listener count ever.
Oh, wonderful. I mean, it's really on us. I mean, like, we have just like done this show when we have freaking felt like it for the last few months.
I know. But you know what? Our listeners.
It's a recession.
It's a recession. I was gonna say our listeners understand, but obviously not if they're not here today.
Well, I don't know if they're mad at us, but they ain't listening.
Larry's holding down the fort.
Thank you, Larry. Although, you know what I did notice? Our numbers picked up a lot last week after the fact. Or whenever we last recorded.
Yeah, like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I mean, times is hard. I mean, I'm in such a weird place, like trying to get back in the routine of things, but like it's hard to get in the routine when I don't have a job. So that was why I couldn't.
Hi, Alex. Hi, Dan.
Oh, hi, Alex Howell and Dan Fortune. Oh my God. So I actually saw Dan this weekend. I made my way back into society for the first time, really in like a year. I went to my first show in probably a year. I went and saw Justin Bond and Anthony Roth Costanzo at Warehouse with my friend Christy, and wouldn't you know it, literally everyone was there. I saw Mucho Music, Dan Fortune, with past guest of the pod, Nathan Lee Graham. I saw friend and past guest Cola Scola with past guest Michael R. Jackson. I saw our like best friend Joe Ferreira there with his friend. I saw there was someone else I saw. A friend of mine from Gallery Players. Hello, Scott.
I went to see a show and I saw Mucho Music there too.
Oh, really? It was just so crazy because I was like, I saw Joe actually at the urinal, crazy enough. And I was
he hangs out there. So
yeah, I was like, I recognize that ass and that mop of hair. And then I was like, this is so crazy, Joe. Like I spent like all summer with you, and here I am just randomly seeing you, not even realizing it. And then I saw Dan and Nathan and Cole, and I was just like, and apparently I don't know if he's listening, but apparently our listener and friend, Zach Jordan, was also there because I saw it on his story. So, I mean, it was so incredible. I was so moved by that show. It was wonderful. I want to see it again. It was just, first of all, Justin Bond, I could read the phone book. I think she is so funny and smart. And then paired with Anthony, who has just like the voice of an angel, this countertenor voice, with like a full orchestra, arrangements by Nico Muley. It was just so lush and beautiful, but also so campy and, like an old school variety show mixed with a little bit of like MGM staging and set and lights. And it was just really, really incredible. I loved every second. So
I'm so glad I missed it now. I
would recommend it, but it's unfortunately not still on. But it was such a hit. It's multiple standing ovations. So I wouldn't be surprised if it has a life beyond.
Well, I know they already released it or are released. They already recorded it as an album.
Yes, the album is coming out. I think there's already like a single out. Yeah, it was just like for me, who's been so like introverted, and I do not want to go to a Broadway show anytime soon. Like this was obviously in Brooklyn, so I could walk.
Although you are going to a Broadway show on Thursday.
I know, it's time to break the seal. It's 6. I'm very excited for that. But this was just like the perfect like easing back into society. I saw all my people. It was this beautiful, like I knew nothing about it. So yeah, I was very, very appreciative.
I kind of had a similar experience in a way. I went to see Hot Flash, which is Justin Sayre wrote like a continuing saga of, what are their names? Chiclet and what is it?
Is it from Female Trouble?
Female Trouble, yeah. And so they were played by Natalie Joy Johnson and Aaron Markey, who were so incredible. I mean, they're both people that I've loved on and off stage forever and ever. But to see them like in characters and to see them together, which was like a really great combination. And they were both really at the peak of their powers. And Justin wrote such a funny show and was so great in it. And the rest of the cast was insanely great. Jeff Hiller, just always absolutely genius. We saw him on the beach this summer, didn't we?
We saw him on the beach, and just like talking to him for like 30 seconds gave me so much life. I mean, he's just such like a character actor.
Honestly, in the play, it was like seeing Meryl Streep. Like he, like as great, the other, not like no shade to anybody else, but Jeff Hiller is just like any moment you give him, he's like 3,000%. Like,
I feel like he belongs to a different era, like back when character actors was actually like a thing. Like he could be our next like
Martha Ray.
Yeah, you know, like he could be our next like Linda Hunt, or like
except much taller.
Much taller. But you know, he's like a very gifted actor, and he's so specific and just so fun to watch.
Totally.
I wish I would have seen that. I love.
Yeah, well, maybe it will certainly have more of a life. I think they had done a version in LA too, but and other people in it were great. Nadia Quinn and Paris Hilton Owls. Do you follow them on Instagram or whatever? With all social media down yesterday, I couldn't. It was so nice. All the fabulous talents, but anyway, it was so incredible. And but I was very much like I went away from the lights of 14th Street because I went with a friend of the pod, Adam Feldman, who I have been avoiding social plans with. Yes, I can't remember the guy's name. There's a beautiful young actor also in it. Beautiful gowns.
Beautiful gowns.
But Adam's, does 75 things a night, like just like Dan, and is constantly asking me, and I'm like, no, hot, not on your life. But I went to this, and then we went to Julius afterwards with Aaron.
Oh, my favorite.
Stayed out for hours. I was like, look at me, I'm in the world.
Did you get some fries?
They did. I had eaten. I met up with. I not only did I do all that, I met a friend of the pod, Michael Cavadillas, for dinner before the show. So I was like in the universe.
I love Julius.
I thought you said I love Michael Cavadillas.
Where I love him too. Where was Justin's show at? What venue? I think
at the Wild Project in East Philly.
Right.
And of course, and it was just so perfect that I would run into Dan, and that's why I cracked up when you said it, because it's like Dan, who probably does like 12 social things a day, sees like 45 shows a week. I see one after 6 months, after 18 months, and of course Dan is there, and then you are telling the story, and you're like, and I saw Dan.
Dan's like, I'm trying to think of an analogy. Like Dan is like such like a New York like downtown socialite. You know, he's like the I'm trying to think of like an example.
Paris Hilton.
Like, yeah, he's the Paris Hilton of the downtown.
He's a celebutante. Wait, here's a question for you. If the average normal person who does social things and sees things and has a life, whatever, if they are 0, right? So like the positive number would be Dan and the negative number would be us.
Yes.
Like, is that pretty much equal, or is it like Dan is like 10 and like we're like -40? Like, or and you and I are not the same either. I think I'm a little closer to like normal than you are, but
yeah. I mean Dan's probably like 10, and like you're maybe like 5, and then I'm like -5, and then I'm like -8 or -10, you know. I mean, normally I would say I'm like at a -5, but these past few weeks I've really been at a negative.
Yeah, I mean, pandemic rules are very different, you know.
Right. But
that's the thing, though. It's like, because obviously we're not going to continue living our lives forever the way we have the last 18 months.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I think a lot of people can relate, even people that are not like maybe hermits in the way that you and I are. Like, we've all learned things about ourselves in this time that we like don't necessarily want to like trade back, you know? And so I think it's like, that's the struggle now, is like how much more to take on, you know? It kind of reminds me of like when I got out of rehab, where I was like really like, I didn't rush into like doing everything I always did.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I really, and like, you know, people in the program talked a lot about like, you know, in like recovery program about people placing things that could be triggering for like alcohol and drugs.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't even just that. It was like, I really wanted, it's like to not be drinking and taking drugs. I had found like a way to like go through the days and be happy in rehab.
Mm-hmm.
And so I felt like that was my new identity. And I just wanted to like, I wanted to build things on top of that that worked with that. Not, it wasn't on a negative scale of, does this make me want to drink or not?
Mm-hmm.
It was like, does this feel good in my new existence?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I was telling my therapist, like, I feel like, you know, these past few weeks, I've just been like doing my thing. I've been catching up on all my holds at the library, reading through my stack of books. I've been catching up on all the shows I've been meaning to watch. I like literally watched 6 seasons of The Americans, which is like so unheard of for me to really plow through a show like that.
But I like that show.
I think so. I mean, it's kind of like spies, but also like a little marital drama. Margot Martindale sprinkled in.
Well,
it's okay.
Paris Hilton's unhappy.
Oh, Paris. Paris is pissed. Paris is burning.
Would Dan like The Americans?
Dan would not like The Americans. I do not think so. But I did watch Ozark, which Dan recommended to me, and I really enjoyed that. But I was telling my therapist, these past few months, you know, I've just been like taking long walks. Like I've seen a few like friends here and there. I, you know, go to my coffee shop and work on my, you know, writing or my illustration, and I play with my cats. And I really just feel like my true self, you know, like I really just feel like I just get so like reacquainted with like what I value and what is important to me. And then, you know, as it goes on, I find myself itching a little bit more for social contact, and, you know, I'm thinking about getting back on that horse and dating again. And, but even that's been just like I've been messaging guys, but I'm like, oh, the thought of like meeting up with someone or like meeting a new person and dating is just a lot.
Yeah, I feel that.
Anyway. Okay, well, it's time for Appreciation Station.
Whoa.
I don't even have any today, so luckily you have 2. So
I do have 2.
So I'm excited for this.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, I don't know which one you're going to play first.
I was going to play the up tempo first.
The up tempo. I'm just
one.
Oh, yes. Okay. I'm so excited that I stumbled upon this. I think somebody had posted it on Instagram, maybe one of the Bernadette stands. It's a clip from an early Carol Burnett show years.
Mm-hmm. And
it's Bernadette doing a song from Dames at Sea, but it's not, but she didn't sing this song in the show. It's really, I mean, I just try not to fall in love.
I dare you not to fall in love.
She's a no-condition attack dance.
Wait a minute. I know you. You were here about a month ago when Janice slipped a disc during rehearsal. You must know Pearl's number by heart. You can replace her.
No, I can't. I can't sing. I can't dance. I don't know the number. I've never been on a stage before in my entire life.
Oh, come on. Be a good sport.
Okay. strong and warm and willing. There's a place in old New York where she can make a killing. Bring the silken purse you wish to fatten. Join me at the tip of dear Manhattan. Off we go to Wall Street. Come on down to Wall Street, where the millionaires will give your troubles a holiday. You can have your Broadway with its tawdry ways. Just give me that street with its chicks, bulls and bears on Wall Street. It's a rise and fall street where you find a rich tycoon to croon all your blues away. You can have your Texas with its home on the range. Just give me a seat on the stock exchange in the middle of Wall Street. It's a sable shawl street. You will never see a note that's less than a century or a G. Well, Wall Street, Wall Street, Wall Street's for me.
Oh my Lord. What a wonderful, wonderful number.
I mean, you just know exactly where it's going, and you're just like, you're just so happy for it to go there.
No, I can't wait for her to remove the cape. I just like, what's underneath, what's underneath, what's underneath.
That cape is just like telegraphing all the secrets.
And just like the little arms. I mean, it's so like old school variety show. And the fact that, I mean, she's just in such good voice. She's just so like funny.
Yeah.
Wowza is right. It makes me sad we never got her in on the 20th Century. This makes me think she'd be really good in that role.
Well, you know, that's who Hal wanted.
Oh, really? I did not.
Oh my God, you don't know this? I'm sure I've told you this. When they were casting it, Hal was like, get the little blonde from the Mel Brooks movie. She does Broadway.
And I accidentally got Madeline.
And they got Madeline.
The little blonde from the Mel Brooks movie. Yeah. I mean, who else? Terry Garr. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I mean, it was Madeline's birthday this past week, and love her so much. That's who I should have looked for, is a Madeline number. But wow, I mean, Bernadette is just so special.
So special.
Someone else who's special in another
now,
little.
Hold on, I need to introduce this and disclaim it. I've been looking for this for you for years. You haven't watched it yet, right?
No, I mean, I see who it is, but that's about it.
Okay, so like, there was a Michael Feinstein PBS like documentary series like maybe 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And one episode showed him doing a gig with this performer in Palm Springs. And they showed her singing this song. And I was like, I would never have thought I needed her to sing this song because everybody sings it and she's not the type that I would want to hear sing it. But it was like revelatory. And I've never been able to find that clip. And then I started looking for it again and I got so close, but I couldn't find it. But I did find her doing the song again years later with Seth Rudetsky. So it's not as good and it's piano only, but it's still like kind of what I had in mind. But
I'm so excited. I'm really in the mood to see this performer sing. So
well, I'm happy to serve it up.
Here we go.
I add 2 and 2, the most simple addition, and swear that the figures are lying. I'm a much better comic than mathematician, 'cause I'm better on stage than an intermission. And as far as the man is concerned, if I've been burned, I haven't learned. I know he's around when the sky and the ground start in ringing. I know that he's near by the thunder I hear in advance. His words and his words alone are the words that can start my heart singing. 'Cause his is the only music that makes me dance. He'll sleep and he'll rise by the light of two eyes that adore him. Bore him it might, but he won't leave my sight at a glance. In every way, every day, I need less of myself, I need more him, 'cause his is the only music that makes me dance. His is the only music that makes me dance. Yes, his is the only music that makes me dance.
How gorgeous. I mean, just like the best placement. That best placement on Broadway. I mean, just God, her voice is so and Christine's someone who, like you're saying, she sings these songs and you're like, oh, she's not the type I would normally like want to hear sing that, but she like really sells you on it because she does it just so uniquely and just it sounds so good. I mean, she's just so pleasurable to listen to.
I wish I could find the other one because she almost sounded like Diana Krall when she did it before. It was like I don't really know what chromatics are, but like
Chromatica.
Like I felt like her voice was very like she was like she's so musically precise that when she would do like these sort of like kind of like jazz choices and things. It's like it was so like metallic. I don't know. It was really just amazing.
Yeah, I mean, her voice is very metallic in like the best way.
Yeah.
Oh God, I love me some Eckstein. Well, speaking of people we love, I'm so excited to see what song you've chosen for Name That Belt.
Are you joking?
No, did you not?
It was your turn.
No, I did the last one. I did.
No, I do it with September song.
No, I did When You're Good to Mama.
Well, I bet I can cook something up real quick.
Well, whatever you want.
I probably have one on tap, actually.
Okay.
Did I never do September song?
You did.
But we only did one episode, didn't we?
No, we did the other one. I did When You're Good to Mama at some point. I think that was 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Have you ever met Christine?
I haven't met Christine. I don't know if I want to say I met her, like, did she come backstage at a class act, or like maybe but it would have been like that. It would have been like over 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm. I love her so much. The only time I've seen her was in I almost said Pink on Broadway. It was in War Paint on Broadway when I went with you, and I was just so blown away by her 11 o'clock number, Pink. And of course, I had known her from Grey Gardens.
Gardens.
Grey Gardens. I wasn't in New York when Grey Gardens was on.
Okay, here's my on the fly what do you call it? Name that belt for you.
I'm so excited.
Okay.
Whether you are false or true, whether you remain or wander, I'm growing fonder of you. Even though your friends forsake you, even though you don't succeed.
It's not Ella.
Yes.
It's a little lower than she usually goes. Yes, good job, Alex.
It's time to help people customize and save.
Be Arthur.
God damn it! This is terrible. This is like a horrible nightmare. Okay.
More than you know, more than you know, man of my heart, I love you so.
Judy?
Yes.
Lately I find.
Is that the Carnegie Hall or no?
No.
No. That's why I was like questioning it.
Did she do it at Carnegie Hall?
Yeah.
I think so.
Wait, I'm gonna verify that. Maybe you're right. Oh, maybe she didn't.
Okay, you ready for the next?
No, I think you're right. She did not. Sorry, guys. Yes, go on.
You need me so, more than you ever know. Loving you the way that I do, there's nothing I can do about it. Loving, baby, all you can give, but honey, I can't live without it. Oh, how I'd cry if you got tired and said goodbye. More than I should.
Everybody got it?
More than you
I have no idea.
ever know.
Yes, Dan Fortune.
Good job, Dan.
Very good. Okay. What about this?
You're on my mind. more than you know.
Barbara?
There's such a smile in your eyes when you hear her voice.
Oh, you're Barbara. It's like Pavlov dog. My brain starts salivating.
That's the same reaction she has to her voice.
Okay. Yeah, by the way, I don't know if I mentioned this to you, but there's this amazing new radio show that Sirius is serving up, and they actually uncovered footage from like the 60s whenever Lucille Ball had her own radio show. And they're releasing the episodes, re-releasing them on Sirius, but they're also on Spotify and all the podcast apps. And every episode, Lucy interviews like these old school showbiz people. There's a great one with Carol Channing. There's one with Vivian Vance, Dean Martin. And there's an episode where she sits down and talks with 22-year-old Barbara Streisand right on the heels of her Funny Girl debut on Broadway. And it is so, so delicious.
Wow.
Like Lucy is just so like sincere and just gives her this like great advice about like not hating the fans. And she asks Barbara like, what's the biggest feeling you have now that you're famous? And Barbara's like, mostly disappointment.
Wow.
And of course Barbara like steers the conversation around to the decor of her apartment, and I mean it's just so good. But Lucy is just like amazing. So anyway, I don't know how I got on that, but everyone should listen.
I will for sure check it out. Thank you.
Let's talk to Lucy.
Let's talk to Lucy. Okay, here is some more for you.
Even though your friends forsake you, even though you don't succeed, wouldn't I be glad to take you?
I guess this one is really just for mucho music.
Need more than you know, more than you know. Man of my heart, I love you so. Lately I find you're on my mind more than you know. Whether you're right, whether you're wrong, man of my heart, I'm screaming loud. You need me so.
Give a hint.
I don't even know how to. She's recorded a shit ton of albums, like a jazz / cabaret singer, old school.
Old school.
I mean, I feel like I don't think she might have died not that long ago, but I feel like her career was like maybe more in the like 60s and 70s. She's not that famous really, other than like Mucho Music really knows her. I don't know.
If Dan doesn't get it, I don't think the other 6 listeners are going to get it.
Well, it was Anita O'Day, so thanks for nothing, Dan.
I have heard of her.
Okay, here's one that's a little easier.
Patty.
There's a really good note here.
If you got tired, said goodbye. More than I know.
Here we go.
More than you let.
And then float, My Rapunzel.
How lovely. Wait, am I wrong, Dan? am I misremembering, or do you really not like this song, Dan? I think I remember Dan telling me he like does not like this song.
All right, we'll put it on the list. Wait, where's the list?
Has anyone seen my list, by the way, of things Dan hates?
Let's see. Here it is.
Oh, wait, we have one?
He is, I can't say the first one, but he finds her lackluster.
Finds her lackluster. Another person we can't say, but he does not like it when she foists her breasts in people's faces.
Oh, and he thinks that a certain person's parody lyrics are obvious and unoriginal. And
I am correct. So Dan's really doing us a service.
oh, and of course the film Titanic, he finds the screenplay despicable.
I mean, that one I can't get behind. I mean, I understand there's problems with the screenplay, but
Now, I don't know why somebody decided to do artwork on
that's fine.
you blocked off my ability to add to it.
That is, I wrote that. Oh,
All right, I'm adding on here more than you know. Dan, can you give us a rude adjective for why you don't like more than you know? While we're waiting.
He said it was just like, if I remember correctly, he said like it's not really saying anything. It's not.
I mean, okay, fine, but like, this is the thing about all Dan's dislikes. It's not necessarily that he's wrong about any one of them, but it's usually an insult that you could easily lob at 1,000 things that he's fine with.
Oh yes, overrated and bland.
Overrated and bland.
I mean,
The overrated is also, it says more about him. It's kind of like me having my hate on for Vicky Clark. It's like, who's like coming to my house and taking my food to give it to Vicky Clark? Like, why? You know what I mean? It's like, she's not that overrated in 2021. Like, what are they giving her that she doesn't deserve? Like, where's more than you know getting the party that it doesn't deserve? Okay, but it's sorry. Overrated and
bland. This is a new segment on our show, by the way.
Dan's dislikes.
Things Dan hates.
We'll call it Lesso music.
Minor music.
Mucho malignment. Okay, so going back to Dan's least favorite song, I've got many more versions.
Dan will be so pleased. I have to get in a different position. My neck hurts. I'm on crouch. I get into a crouch.
That I do. There's nothing I can do about it.
Julie London?
We're close.
Loving may be all you can give, but honey, I can't live without it. Oh, how I cry, oh, how I cry, if you got tired,
yes,
and said goodbye.
I like how she makes tired really 2 syllables.
I like how Dan spelled her name correctly.
He did. Scott did not.
Okay, here's another name Dan knows how to spell.
Whether you're wrong, man of my heart.
Audra?
Yes. Okay.
She certainly is not.
You're right. Whether you're wrong.
Oh, Barbara Cook?
Yes, very good. And it's not that easy because it's like
It's very low.
late in the day. If you know what I'm saying.
It's Barbara Slow Cook.
It's Barbara overcooked. It's Barbara burnt.
You can give, but honey, I can't live without it. Oh,
Barbara?
Yeah. the other one.
Where does she get off adding all those things?
I love, that's the one from Funny Lady. The other one was from Simply
Oh
Strong.
yeah, Simply, yeah. Oh, she loves doing that. Oh, how I try.
Yeah.
I do not approve.
That's the favorite part of my voice. I know what she's talking about though, because when she says that's a favorite part of my voice, which she never said, but when she feels that way, you know what? Do you ever feel like it's like if you ground something in like the lower octave, sometimes it's the right placement to go like right, to have really good placement on the high note.
Yeah, like it's like the express track to the high note.
It's very that. It's very that. You're someone that knows something about the express track to the high note.
Honey.
Actually, I don't think that's true. I think that she takes the slow train.
The slow train.
This bitch take the stairs.
She's never taken the stairs in her life.
You need me so more than you ever know. Loving you the way that I do, there's nothing I can do about it. Loving may be all you can give.
Nobody?
Beautiful.
I can't live without it. Oh,
waiting on you, Dan Fortune. You might not get it.
If you got time.
This is a Broadway singer who did not do all that much recording in this vein. And her most famous Broadway role that made her a name was a soprano part. It is Carol Lawrence.
Wow. Sorry. Yeah, Dan, can you just tell us if you don't know them?
Yes, thank you. All right, here's another famous Broadway soprano.
Is it Cher?
Yes.
Oh my God, I was doing the hair too. Isn't that crazy? Like, I didn't even know it was Cher at first, but like,
you
just
flipped
like
your hair right away.
Like the vibe of it, like my body knew it was Cher.
That's from her album Bittersweet White Light, where she sings all those like kind of old standardy kind of songs.
I love when she does that.
I don't love that album that much, but I have to say that track really gets me in my feelings.
Yeah, that was good. I'm gonna have to cue that up after this.
Now this one may be one of my least favorite versions.
When you run, when I'm wrong, and my heart string along.
Andrew McCardle?
But I love that you said that.
Loving you the way there's nothing I can do about it. Loving, baby, all you can give.
Sutton?
You're making me so happy. I love you, Dad.
Yeah.
Well, the guesses, just to refresh, were Andrea McArdle, Sutton Foster, and most delightful of all, Neil. And the answer is Elaine Page.
Wow. That's crazy. I never would have guessed.
Yes. All right. Here's the next one.
Loving you the way that I do, there's nothing I can do about it. Loving may be all you can give, but darling, I can't live without it. Oh, how I cry. Oh, I cry.
Yes.
Oh, beautiful. I love Maud.
Love Maud. You know who else loves Maud?
Fiona Apple.
That's right.
I love Fiona Apple too.
Be all you can give, but honey,
Rosemary Clooney.
without it.
Yes, honey.
Oh, how I'd cry. Oh, how I'd cry.
Okay.
This old school, old Rosie.
Here's another old school esque performer.
Loving you the way that I do, there's nothing I can do about it. Loving may be all you can give, but honey, I can't live without it.
You Skinner?
Oh, how I'd cry. Oh, how I'd cry if you got time.
Yes.
Debbie who?
Future podcast, Debbie Shapiro Gravitt.
Oh, a future podcast, Debbie Reynolds.
Here's another podcast.
Whether you are here or yonder.
Marilyn May.
There's Marilyn May, and then there's everybody else.
She's actually a past podcast.
Yes, past and future.
God, I love her. I need to see her soon.
Me too as well. We will. We shall.
That's when I'll really know I've made my transition back into showbiz, when I finally see Marilyn.
Same. That's all that I have for you.
Well, that was great. I commend you and applaud you for being on the fly like that.
Thank you for your commencement.
Well, let's do a real quick Dolly concert kill. I'm mostly doing this just so Dan can give us one of his trio of first name.
Yes.
I'll give you one while we're waiting. Dolly concert kill. Christine Ebersole, Debbie Shapiro Gravitt, and Marilyn May.
Christine Ebersole, Debbie Shapiro Gravitt, and Marilyn May. Wonderful. Well, I would like to I know that this may not be the popular choice.
It's not the popular vote.
But I want to see Debbie Shapiro Gravitt come down that staircase.
She would like that too.
So I'm going to put her in Dolly. And then concert, I mean, it's got to be Marilyn.
Got it.
Christine Ebersole is going to that inside job in the sky.
Oh. She's going on a trip down denial.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Here we. Oh my God, Dan, Liz Cheney. I can't. Not Liz Cheney. I mean, you got to do this one.
All right. Well, obviously, I would like to see Liz Larson as Dolly Levi, and I would send Liz Cheney on a concert tour where I want her to go around America to red states and talk about what true conservative values really are and how they've been corrupted by Donald Trump and how she offers the alternative. And Liz Calloway will just keep on mixing in eternity.
Wow. Okay. You have to do this one too. Alex Howell. This is a Housewives.
Yes. Well, I'm a little bit faulty because I Jen Shaw, is she Potomac? I don't even know, or Salt Lake City. I haven't seen her, but I can still say very easily that Erica Jane would be great in Hello Dolly, just to see her in the gowns.
Beautiful gown.
And Teresa Giudice. I've done it before. I will direct her in concert. I worked with her before, rather. I can get her there. I just need a lot of rehearsal and possibly an earpiece. But we can do this. And Jen Shaw, no tea, no shade. I don't know her.
Hardly know the woman. All right, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. That was really fun. And we will see you next week.
Autumn, winter, next year.
Time heals everything. It's a song. Time heals everything.
God, love.